So it's been a long time since I have talked about this troll, um, for very specific reasons. A few years back, I was quite incorrectly accused of doxing this person, and that largely comes down to that I knew what his real name was. I never revealed it. Other people revealed it, but also it wasn't a secret because this dude has been on RT, Russian television, like Russia Today, for like 8 years. So it is kind of, I still to this day, every now and then somebody will be like, "You're a doxer." And I'm like, how can one dox somebody who appears on like global television with their name and their face? Anyway, so it's fascinating to me that now I see this uggo fucking little goblin with shit for fucking brains in the middle of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. It's weird. See, I always forget that Roach Red Pill even exists. I forget all the fucking time because aside from that one little explosive bit of fucking drama, like the dude really has never had much of an impact on me. He's just obnoxious and stupid and shitty and just in general a terrible person. But like whatever, that's fine. There's like a million of those people, so I just ignore it. But I forgot that he lived in Ukraine. I knew that. I knew that he lived in Ukraine. And so when I was reminded of that. I'm like, oh shit, I wonder what the fuck he's up to. Well, we're gonna find out because I've heard of some of the things that he has said, but I haven't actually seen the video myself. There's no guarantee that this is actually going to be anything interesting necessarily. And the moment that it gets to be too boring, we're just gonna say fuck it, and we'll say goodbye and forget that this fucker exists for another few years. So anyway, here we go.
Where is Tiffany Dover? If you can hear me properly, I'd appreciate it. Where is Tiffany Dover? If you can hear
I don't know what he's talking about. This was streamed, and this is literally how the stream starts.
me properly, please write, where is Tiffany Dover?
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for the chat to catch up.
I'm also kind of curious. So I've understood that he's been getting, I guess, kicked out of motel rooms or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Evicted. He said evicted, but the dude always tells lies. I always wonder what happened to like his new family that he had. Last time I was paying attention, he had a new family because he abandoned his old family.
Right, where is Tiffany Dover? Great. That way I know that you guys can hear me properly and see me properly and everything's copacetic. So, the last 24 hours have been very exciting, let me tell you. A little bit more. It got really interesting around 11 a.m. yesterday. I'll get to that in just a moment. How many people we got here? 1,000 people. Wow. That's very exciting. Very exciting.
Very depressing, actually. Who is Tiffany Dover? I am curious. Who is Tiffany Dover? Yeah. That you guys are right. Yeah, that is the name of a nurse that anti-vaxxers keep claiming fainted after getting a COVID vaccine and died, but she's totally alive and well and totally fine. Yeah. Why am I not surprised? This is fascinating.
But it's weird. It said 1,800 before, but now it's 1,000. Well, people must have winked out and come back on. I do believe that my channel, by the way, is probably going to get terminated very soon. The reason I'm saying this is because when I was logging in, when I've been logging in as of today, there's this long lag, this very long lag. And I think that they're going to unperson me pretty soon.
Okay. It might be that you're in a literal war zone and there might be some connection issues. It might be. But you know what? That's not really going to get all the super berries. It's not you're not going to be able to milk the fucking sweet cockles of your audience to try and get, pity berries, buddy. So, yeah.
Okay. So, if that happens, if I am unpersoned, like they used to unperson people back in the bad old days of the Soviet Union, if that happens, it was, thanks for all the fish. you know, dude, it's so funny that when you say things that are factually accurate,
What'd you say?
that go against the bullshit that is floating around,
The
you get into
bullshit.
all kinds of trouble. All kinds of trouble. You all know the story of the Emperor's New Clothes, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're gonna get a goddamn anecdote. I forgot that this is something that he always tries to do. The very definition of Coach Red Pill is distilled boomer faux wisdom cringe, wrapped in a fucking misogyny burrito and really obnoxious shitty laughing. Cringe, buddy. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna have to suffer through it. I want him to I want him to give us a recap on what he said and what the consequences were over the past day.
Aesop's Fables.
Is he defending Russia? He does.
Aesop.
Yes.
I've never really known how to pronounce that name.
Aesop.
Anyway, Aesop or Aesop.
Aesop.
Be that as it may. In the fable, there are these two con men who arrive at a kingdom. And these con men, weasel their way into the circle of the king, into the court.
Yeah.
And they claim that they are tailors and that they have this extremely expensive cloth that's so sophisticated that only brilliant and intelligent and sophisticated people can actually see it. It's invisible to the fools. And so, everybody, because nobody wants to be, shown up to be a fool,
Jesus Christ.
says, "Oh yes, I see the beautiful cloth. It's so lovely." Yeah, and these two con men, they pantomime showing this cloth.
I really don't need to listen to this fucking annoying shithead recount the Emperor's New Clothes. Can you just get to the fucking point? Everybody knows the story of the Emperor's New Clothes.
To the king, and they tell the king that they'll make him a brand new suit out of this cloth, and it's only going to cost him, a gazillion gold coins or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So the king, he doesn't want to seem to be a fool or unsophisticated, so he pays the men, and the men pretend to make him this suit out of this very sophisticated clothing, and they put him on the king, and they make their escape as the king decides to go out and on parade in his kingdom, and everybody applauds, and everybody's just fascinated, and everybody just oohs and ahs, all that, and there's one little boy who looks at the king quizzically, and then points and says, "Why is that man naked?" That's the story of the Emperor's New Clothes. Now, of course, they never tell you what happened to the little boy who pointed out the fact that the emperor was naked. They never tell you.
Okay. All right. Hang on.
What happened to him? You know what probably happened to him? He probably got shot, or he probably got deplatformed, or he probably got a whole bunch of death threats.
Okay. All right. This is fascinating. Okay. So, the message of the Emperor's New Clothes is largely that, I guess you could say that you shouldn't be afraid. It's not that you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't let pride or fear, or in some cases, you could almost say hubris, prevent you from saying something. Okay? That's the point, right? It is not a story necessarily about consequences. That's why they don't say and then they took that little boy out behind the fucking fortress and put an arrow through his skull. They don't say that because that's not the point of it. But anyway, let's hear how you're the little boy speaking truth to power, Bubba.
Or probably he was ejected from his hotel, his hotel suite, for saying the wrong thing. Yeah. Now, I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But, the last 30-odd hours have been very...
Yeah, The Emperor's New Clothes is also a story about not being a sucker for a glizzy story. Agreed. Yeah.
Very, very interesting. And, you see, you get into trouble for telling the truth because people don't want to hear the truth. And also what happens is that, sometimes the truth helps people that the majority hate. And therefore, if you point out the fact of some certain truth, everybody hates you, not the enemy. They hate you for pointing it out.
I love when Coach likes to talk about truth. This fucking dude scammed thousands and thousands of dollars off of people and defrauded an economist that he was working with. The dude has lied continually about his life story. He's fucking abandoned his kids and shit. Like, this dude is a good example of an actual piece of shit human being. But I'm a truth fighter. Oh my god, you cringe cannon.
You know, that's why I tell you, man. The kid in The Emperor's New Clothes, he didn't live past sundown. Oh no, they took care of him real good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what happened over the last 30 odd hours. Yesterday morning, what was it? The 28th of February.
Sure.
For those of you who don't know, by the way, today is the 1st of March, and I usually celebrate my birthday on the 1st of March because, you know, I was born on leap year on February 29th, 1968. And so I get a birthday every 4 years, and am I there? Hit me with Tiffany Dover if I'm back. I thought I was gone for good. I thought that, you know, just the story of the Emperor's New.
Wow, he got connection interruptions, kind of like me on the roundup. But I'm sure it's it's them coming to get me.
New Clothes was enough to get me deplatformed, man. I mean, oof, yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. Yesterday morning, I had breakfast, and then, as you might recall, if you follow me on Telegram, I went for a ramble around Krishatik. I walked all the way from the Premier Palace Hotel, down the Krishatik, all the way to Maidan Square and back. And I reported on what I heard and what I saw. And what I saw was very little. There were a bunch of press people at the Maidan Square, and I made sure to video them and make it clear what I thought of them. I think that they're despicable, you know. They're system pigs, as far as I'm concerned. They exist to serve the corrupt leadership class that we have in the West. That's what they are. And I
wait. Hang on. I need to hear this a little bit more in depth. Holy shit. Yeah, and it's really interesting that he wanted to call. He was trying to say, The Emperor's New Clothes is part of like Aesop's Fables, because no, it wasn't. What the fuck? Yeah, Hans Christian Andersen wrote it. Yeah. It's very, very strange. Very, very strange.
Maidan Square, and I made sure to video them and make it clear what I thought of them. I think that they're despicable, you know. They're system pigs, as far as I'm concerned. They exist to serve the corrupt leadership class that we have in the West. That's what they are. And I just despise them, okay? Because they lie. They lie either by telling outright lies, or more often than not, they lie by omission, which is the worst sort of lie. But anyway, you know, I took a ramble around the Krishatik.
It's fascinating to hear like an actual grifter, like a fucking literal con man, because this dude is a literal fucking con man, literally a fucking con man. And you know, I don't like these people because they're liars. Projection, thy name is Gonzalo.
Krishatik Avenue, and got back to my hotel, and I uploaded all these videos that I'd done, and I went to the smoking lounge to have a cigarette with a very big cup of coffee, extremely big cup of coffee, because, you know, I started smoking again because of the situation, and, you know, I'm stressed out. And I'm there at the smoking lounge, and the hotel manager, whom I'd never met before, a very well put together guy, he seemed like a very capable man. He showed up, he greeted me, he knew who I was exactly. I thought that, you know, I didn't quite understand what was going on. And
so am I not supposed to be able to understand this guy? Is that the problem? He babbles a lot. Here, just to give some context, it's because I saw this that we're even talking about it. Just saw this guy, Gonzalo Lira Lopez, on Russia's state TV, sitting somewhere in Kiev, bashing Ukraine and the U.S. while simultaneously praising Russia. He calls himself Coach Red Pill and filming American journalists eating at their hotel. He's a fucking pest. He's a goddamn parasite. Anyway, let's let him try and explain what's going on.
and he identified himself as the manager, and I shook his hand automatically, and I thought maybe he had news as to how to get to Kharkov, because I was stuck in Kiev. For those of you who don't know, I was stuck in Kiev. I arrived on Wednesday afternoon, thinking that the war would not start for at least a couple of weeks, and I had some business that I had to take care of in Kiev, and I was only going to go for a couple of days. I was going to fly in on Wednesday afternoon and fly out on Friday afternoon.
Strange how your handlers, given that you work for Russia TV, strange that your handlers didn't give a heads up. Maybe they're very much hoping that you get caught in the crossfire and they don't have to pay you or something. I don't know, buddy.
In fact, I even debated whether to fly out on Thursday afternoon, but it doesn't matter, because on Thursday morning, 5 a.m., bright and early, the Russians invaded Ukraine. And so I was stuck in my hotel, and when my hotel ended, I'd only booked it for a couple of nights. I booked 7 nights, right off the bat, and thinking to myself that probably it'll last even longer. And the hotel staff, they were very helpful and pleasant, and it was all very, very nice, and I had a wonderful time.
Sure.
I had a couple of run-ins with press people that I've discussed in my Telegram channel. Basically, the press people, a lot of the more highfalutin press people, they were all at the Premier Palace, and they were all just so arrogant. And what I hated in particular, there was one man, a big guy, bigger than me. I mean,
you forgot that Coach Red Pill existed? Me too, man. Me too. I'm gonna see if I can find his Telegram, see if he's like saying any really fucking wacky shit. I don't have Telegram installed. Yeah, so I gotta do this. All right, here we go.
Good 2-3 inches bigger than me and maybe 40 pounds heavier, carrying a camera and looking with that smug, arrogant face. And the man at the reception desk, the employee who didn't need to be there but was there, right? Well, this photographer or whatever he was, this big guy from the press, he was berating the guy at the hotel front desk, and berating him because he couldn't get outside or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. And I was like, dude, and I said to him these words. I said, he's trying to help you, you system pig. And he turned on me.
Oh.
And he was a big guy, and he figured that he could intimidate me with his size. And, see, my old man was a bully. He bullied the shit out of me. So I know how to handle bullies. And what you do with a bully is that you step...
You get fucking stomped, dude. This is so fucking bizarre. Okay. So let's see. I wanna check in on this. Like, it's so fascinating because now that I found his Telegram, there is a post saying that the State Department could have prevented the invasion. So actually, really, if you think about it, it's actually America's fault, Let's see. He has... What was some of the other shit that he was saying? He was saying some shit that like... everything in Ukraine is totally fucking corrupt and it's terrible and blah 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 blah. Like it's just absolutely fucking pro-Russian shilling. It's absolutely bananas. We're gonna give it just a little bit longer, and then I'll read his latest statement about the use of the propaganda.
Right into their fucking face and make it clear that, yeah, you can probably beat the shit out of me, but it's gonna cost you. And see, bullies, they always back down when they know it's going to cost them now, don't they? Yeah. Anyway, that was like the one major tiff I had at the hotel. But it was not exceptional because the press people got into tiffs with one another. I saw a couple of times. It was pretty funny. And a few times, a couple of them had complete meltdowns because they thought that they had lost some precious equipment or phone or something like that. And they hadn't. They just simply misplaced it. And in the stress of the moment, they'd forgotten. But anyway... The point is that, a lot of people were slightly misbehaving, and you could explain it away, and I certainly explained it away. It's just tension. Come on, you're in the middle of a city that is being surrounded by the Russian army. Of course, you're going to be a little stressed out, man. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, when this hotel manager showed up, I thought that he was there to tell me about how to get to Kharkov. Because, see, I told everybody in the staff that I was caught in Kiev under the circumstances I explained, and that I wanted to desperately get back to Kharkov, to my family, to my two small children.
So you didn't abandon this family. Oh man. You know what, Coach? You know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of respect on you. At least you're sticking by this one, okay? Okay? At least you're sticking by this one. All right, fair enough. All right, let's hear what the hotel manager says to him, and then we're gonna pause this because this is just boring rambling from some brain dead boomer. Anyway.
My son is about to turn 7, and my daughter shortly will turn 9, and they are the most important people in my life. The things, they matter more than anything, more than my own life, quite frankly. And so I was desperate to get back to Kharkov, and from all accounts, it was impossible to get back to Kharkov. And I thought that maybe the hotel manager had come up with some solution, you know? And no, that wasn't it at all. He was there to kick me out. In no uncertain terms, he told me that he wanted me to leave the hotel as soon as possible. And he was very calm and collected about it, very cool, not hysterical or anything. It was a very cool customer. Well, you know, a man who's spent his entire career in the hotel business knows how to handle other people and knows how to keep his cool under pressure. And he was showing it very clearly. And I was just completely taken aback by this. I completely caught blindsided. I mean, I never expected in a million years. And I asked him what specifically had I done to warrant this.
Now, keep in mind, we're only hearing about this through this lying piece of shit's fucking mouth. So it could have honestly been something else, but I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it.
And he said something that I didn't understand. He said that he didn't want to have any Putin propagandist in his hotel.
Oh!
That's heavy. That's real goddamn heavy. You know what I mean? And so I was like, what the hell are you talking about, right? Because I've done a lot of content on the war, of course, but I don't think, I mean, you guys tell me if you think that I'm a Putin propagandist just for pointing out things that are actually happening, and that how things are going Putin's way, whether we like it or not. I mean, irrespective of where we stand on Putin, well, objectively, he's winning. He's winning this war decisively and extraordinarily quickly.
Yeah. Even Russia has had to admit that they are having trouble. Now, that's not to say that it doesn't look good for Ukraine. I will admit that. It doesn't look good for Ukraine. But no, that see, the thing is, Coach could absolutely take a very level head at this point in time, and he could have just stopped before saying things like, well, actually, yes, it is going way, way faster, and they're doing fucking great. Just go up to that line and then don't cross it. And then nobody has any reason to call you a fucking propagandist. But the problem is again, his videos, one of his videos was broadcast on RT. Now, he says, this is what's so wacky. Here's his telegram. Last night as I traveled from Kiev to Kharkov, we're not going to watch the rest of the stream because it's fucking boring and he's obnoxious. Where my family and I live, I was made aware that some of my video content was used for a Russian propaganda news broadcast. Due to this, I suffered some personal mistreatment in Kiev as well as some death threats. Oh, boo-hoo. This fucking guy is responsible for like a year and a half's worth of death threats on me and my family. Fuck this guy. To be absolutely clear, I've never been a paid agent of anyone. Not true. The only income I've ever derived from my video content is from Google AdSense and paid subscriptions from interested audience members. I've never made content for any sponsor, any government, or any NGO. My televised appearances have all been done for free. I doubt that's true either. But we'll get there. Hang on. The commentary and analysis I post is without picking sides, trying to be as balanced and factually accurate as I can be. I'm not interested in, nor do I care about being on the winning side of a controversy. My sole priority is in presenting the truth, understanding it the best I can, and explaining my point of view to interested audience members. Gonzalo Lira. Now, here's the thing. Just if you want to get more in depth into like how much of a scam artist piece of shit this dude is, you can just Google Coach Red Pill scam or Gonzalo Lira scam. As much as I don't like Sargon these days, Sargon did a fantastic video exposing a shit ton of the scams that this dude did. It's good content. It was honestly a video I should have made, but I did not. But here's the thing. He doesn't want you to think that he has anything to do with Russian propaganda. But all the way back to 10 years ago, 10 fucking years ago, I mean, and this is not his only one. He has been on RT a fuck ton of times. Not them taking his video content, him.
Okay, imagine this. Imagine you're lending someone money. Would you pay them to lend them money? In a normal world, if I lend you money, I want something in return. It costs money to get their money safe and get the heck out of Dodge. Gonzalo Lira, founder and president of SPG Group, knows what we're talking about. He joins us from Switzerland. Gonzalo, it's so nice to have you on the show. Let me just start with Switzerland because you are there, and traditionally for generations, Switzerland's been considered a safe haven.
I just want to hear his voice.
People that have, there's been a lot of...
It is impossible for anybody holding an American passport to open an account in Switzerland and deposit.
Founder and president of SPG Group. Guess what's happening with SPG Group these days? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. So yeah, so he does still live in Ukraine. He lives in Kharkov. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that a lot of this, I'll put it this way. Gonzalo Lira is such a lying piece of shit that I would almost guarantee you, I mean, I can't actually guarantee you, but there's no doubt in my mind that he intentionally went to Kiev to try and milk views and super berries from his fucking audience. Because he's a parasite. He's a fucking parasite. And, yeah, man, I just... Nah. But the last thing I'll end this video with is it gives me unending amounts of joy to see this lying, disastrous, vile piece of shit of a human being having a bad time. I feel very good about that. It has made my day. It has made my day. I hope it keeps happening.